DaBaby drops. Bombshell allegations about Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Diddy. DaBaby is stirring the pot again, and this time he's taking aim at Beyoncé and Jay-Z. In a recent twist, he claims the power couple was involved in a freak-off at Diddy's house, and the situation got so wild that they ended up walking away from it all. While it's been rumored that Jay-Z had ties to Diddy's controversial parties, DaBaby is now suggesting that Beyoncé was part of it too, and that she's been involved far longer than anyone suspected. The claims are gaining traction after a clip of DaBaby's interview with Shannon Sharpe went viral. Coincidentally, this all came to light around the same time Diddy was hit with federal RICO charges, adding fuel to the fire. Social media exploded, with fans side-eyeing Beyoncé for allegedly turning a blind eye to Diddy's questionable behavior. According to DaBaby, he was invited to Diddy's mansion under the impression it was for a business meeting. However, he was shocked to find both Beyoncé and Jay-Z already there. Things got even weirder when Diddy cleared the room, leaving only DaBaby, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z behind. DaBaby claims Beyoncé approached him directly to introduce herself, something he found odd given her celebrity status. He also mentioned that
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib. Like the influx of people, he had put him out, but he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, and it was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and maybe about 15 others. You know,
right.
Jay-Z and Beyoncé being, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in.
Right.
At the moment, and she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to.
Right.
Beyoncé, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop the whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope.
He was acting a little too familiar, which left him confused and uncomfortable. Adding to the controversy, high-profile attorney Ariel Mitchell appeared in an interview, where she claimed that someone contacted her to help with the sale of a private video involving Diddy and a very famous celebrity. Mitchell said she saw the footage herself and that the other individual featured was even more high-profile than Diddy. New allegations ignite firestorm around Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Diddy Jaguar. Wright and others weigh in speculation erupted after DaBaby's viral interview about a strange encounter at Diddy's mansion involving Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Many began to suspect that Beyoncé might be the high-profile figure mentioned in attorney Ariel Mitchell's claims
also
about
was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the videos. So, which I declined that because...
Wait, say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
Yeah.
the shopping thing.
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so I can catch it.
Correct.
Wow. And I guess you can't reveal the person who was on.
No, I can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Holmes was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile.
Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay. You can verify it.
That it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video.
Oh my. All right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually a land home. He had his land at one point, and it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're actually participating in the video, like if they're being surreptitiously recorded.
an explicit video tied to Diddy. And now Jaguar Wright is throwing more gas on the fire. Jaguar Wright confirmed what many had begun to suspect, that the meeting DaBaby described wasn't just a casual get-together, it was, in her words, a freak-off. In a passionate rant, she also accused Shannon Sharpe of shielding Beyoncé and Jay-Z from scrutiny because of his NFL partnership ambitions. According to Jaguar, DaBaby avoided calling it a freak-off outright because Shannon didn't want anyone tarnishing Jay and Bey's image on his show. These revelations sent the internet into a frenzy, with people re-examining long-standing rumors about the power couple. One particularly disturbing theory circulating is that Jay-Z has been allegedly servicing Beyoncé out to Diddy for these private parties, keeping her compliant with substances. Fueling those rumors further was a viral video of Beyoncé at a basketball game, looking extremely out of it, struggling to keep her eyes open and slowly swaying her head, while her PR team chalked it up to exhaustion.
Have already lived several lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z's up. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off, he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see. Okay? And she may or may not do interviews, but she may their publicist is gonna release something. It's gonna say, oh, the they were live, blah, 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 blah. Now, before all this happens, we may get another tour. We may get another album out of both of them. I don't know, because at the end of the day, they about their money first. We're going to do what's best for business first. As far as Beyonce is concerned, do she love him? I mean, he's really all that she knows.
From rehearsals, many fans weren't convinced. Soon after, a report surfaced on Media Takeout, quoting Beyoncé's former assistant. The assistant claimed that Jay-Z had been physically aggressive with Beyoncé behind closed doors. "I've never seen him strike her flat out," the assistant said. "But I've seen him shove and push her more than once. At first I thought it was playful, but Beyoncé's reaction made it clear she was humiliated." The assistant said she had stayed quiet out of loyalty, but could no longer ignore how Jay reportedly treats Beyoncé more like an object than a partner. Gossip YouTuber Storm Monroe also echoed this sentiment, suggesting Beyoncé is in survival mode, launching product after product to secure her future in case everything falls apart, due to Diddy's looming legal troubles. It's hard to ignore the pattern that's been unfolding around Beyoncé lately. After her Ivy Park collaboration with Adidas fizzled out, she launched the massive Renaissance World Tour.
Yeah, Beyonce's on. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way. No, girl. Not my beautiful Beyonce.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce. She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
Followed by a theatrical movie release. Then came the Cowboy Carter album, a perfume line, a tequila brand, and now she's heading out on another tour. But fans say this one feels rushed and last minute. Alleged insiders are speaking up too. A recent blind item sent shockwaves through the industry, stating, "Industry insiders have been whispering about this for a while. If you're wondering why her bodyguard chased after her at that big award show recently, it's because Stinger has threatened to flee the country multiple times. She's done with the control, the pressure, and the handlers making every decision for her. They're scared she'll vanish without warning, and they should be. Stinger suffers from depression and suicidal thoughts. Her team claims it's for her safety, but the truth is, they're afraid of losing their cash cow. They've controlled her for years, but she's at the edge of rebellion, fed up with her mother's control and her husband's influence." The internet, of course, had plenty to say. One commenter wrote, "Jay-Z and Beyoncé waited too long to pivot. Now they're low on funds and can't even get a loan. One thing about America is
a broke-down Mandingo fighter still working on behalf of the NFL. That's what he is. Eerie. You want to know what else I also find funny? That he did that interview with that DaBaby person who sat there and told him about when he met at the Diddy party at Diddy's house. And how after, the festivities were winding down and it was getting later into the middle of the night, approaching 3 a.m., Diddy got rid of almost everybody. He let DaBaby stay behind with him and his close friends. And then he talked about how Beyoncé was there, Jay-Z was there. Not at their house, at Diddy's house. And how Beyoncé presented herself to him. And she didn't have to do that because he knew who she was and he couldn't believe she was talking to him. She approached him. Kind of like how she approached that old friend of his. When he said that he was at the party and the little people was there and she asked him, "Isn't this sexy?" My. How illuminating. There's been a lot of freaking off going on for a long time. How does everybody keep... Let me tell you this. Beyoncé is well-known harder. Does not matter how much money they spend, how many people those tickets make come stab your car. We share the common sense that animals do when they're caught. They just surrender. But no, y'all gonna fight until the very end. Y'all gonna bring this broke down old NFL bum who apparently will do anything with his genitals to help cover or create validity where there is none with the weirdos. With his little orange heart